Did you find it?
I did.
Good. She looked and she searched and she found it. She found
She's a singer
it.
now.
I'm a singer. I'm a singer. Didn't you know? Guys, didn't you know that we're actually like vocalists? Is that
I actually
vocalists?
am. That's right.
Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a vocalist.
Yeah,
like
so
the
sing.
people in the choir. No,
Sing for us.
maybe another time.
No, actually, you said you were gonna sing at my wedding. I remember that.
I'll get.
I remember that you told me you were gonna sing
How
at my
about
wedding.
I record a song for you, okay? And
Yeah.
it'll be a special song. Like I'll write the song too,
Okay, yeah.
and then I'll lip sync it at your wedding.
Why are you gonna lip sync it?
So I don't need to perform live.
I want the full show. I don't want nothing less.
Okay, then
want
I can give you and your husband a private show.
Why does that sound really wrong?
An appropriate one.
An appropriate private show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. Okay. Sure. Just serenade us. Honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks so much. Well,
But anyways,
guys.
how's your day today?
Today was a long day. Honestly. It's just tough. It's honestly just tough being an adult. Literally.
I agree.
It doesn't feel like we're adults, but like somehow we're just adults.
Sorry, why does it sound funny when you say that?
Why?
Adults.
How do you say adults?
Adult.
Oh, no, adults.
Adult.
Adults.
Why do you say
adults.
Why do you say like adult?
Why do you say adults? Is a U sound. A is a A sound.
Adult.
Okay, we're gonna agree to disagree on this one. So it's an adult.
Okay.
Whatever.
Adult. But no,
It's-
you're right.
yeah.
though. It doesn't feel like that. To think that our parents and people got married
Yeah,
at the age of like 21.
I can't even believe.
And we're
that.
23 and I'm like, I need
No.
a few more years.
Literally, like people were popping out babies like 4
That's-
years ago, and like I can't. Imagine us like 4 years ago having a baby.
Absolutely not.
Except I want to be an auntie, so you better act fast.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I want to be an auntie. You're already an auntie.
You are an auntie too to my nephews.
This is true.
That is true,
But they've
exactly.
grown up so fast, so now we need another baby.
We need another baby, so yeah.
Anyways, guys, next
yeah.
topic.
Next
no more talking about
topic.
babies.
Yeah, but anyways, my day was good. It's just long,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, but here we are. We're just live, laugh, loving our way through lives. Bro, we cannot
Cut. Anyways, guys.
We're live, laugh, loving our way through life.
life.
That's what I was trying to say. So, anyways, how was your day?
It was
Tell me
good.
about it.
It was
Talk
good.
to me.
It was a long day,
Yeah.
but to be honest, with all this snow outside, somebody needs to talk to the snowplowers outside because why am I shoveling the snow about 5-6 times? I shoveled a clear pathway.
Yeah.
Who comes and clears the road? The snowplower. But where does he dump the snow?
On your
right
driveway.
on my pathway. Creates a whole wall.
Honestly, that is a struggle. I don't even want to
Can you
go outside.
sue the
You better.
town for that?
You better sue them because they just mess with your whole
They
morning.
just block the walls. Wait, no. They block the path that I made.
Yeah, honestly, that's so rude of them, and they should just be punished because that's not okay.
That's not okay.
You're
But
out there getting a whole arm workout in
Thank
to
you.
shovel the snow, and
Thank
here they are
you.
coming along, la di da da, putting the snow on your driveway and sidewalk.
Exactly. Like, no, thank you.
No. Yeah.
But no, honestly, with the snow and this cold polar vortex weather going on,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like drained and like
Yeah.
just extra exhausted because of the cold temperature. And I already have a bunch of vitamin deficiencies. So like I'm extra cold.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not it.
No.
I do not want to be here, so it's time to get out of Canada. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you're leaving on vacation just now.
Yes,
Lucky
I
you.
am.
Next time you guys see her, she's gonna be tanned.
I'm gonna be blick.
She's gonna be tanned.
Yes, sir.
tanned.
Yes, sir.
But anyways, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Between the Reps. This is your co-host, Krista.
And my name is Sierra, and this is a podcast where we talk about anything fitness related and then also all the in-betweens, whether that be friendship, relationships, faith, girl talk, anything and everything. We're your internet besties, and we're here to give you all the tips and advice.
Yep.
Yep.
And on that note, welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to be diving into friendships, boundaries, and growing together and kind of what that looks like and what that's looked like for us.
Yeah.
I know like people struggle with making friends in their 20s. It's a hard thing, honestly.
It really is.
Like when you're younger and in elementary school, you become best friends with the person sitting next to you in class.
It's so easy to make friends then, but then like when you get into like your 20s and like you kind of grow out of like some of those friendships and like people that you like once aligned with and now are trying to like make new friends. It's so hard because everybody already has like their friends and like their friend group, and then like to
And
add
they kind of stick to that, like what they're comfortable with and their friends that they're comfortable. So like exactly, like getting new friends is hard, especially like close friendships.
Yeah, and like I feel like for us, like obviously our friendship is like a long-term friendship and everything like that, and then we all have like, you know, other people that we're also friends with, but like recently within the past like 2 to 3 years, we both kind of like expanded like our friendship group.
We went
and
from
like
having our friendship group.
what do you call
Our friend group?
Friend group, yeah, you know.
No, yeah, we went from literally being like each other's only friends, basically, like close friends, and only seeing each other to now having to navigate, not having to, but it's a blessing, but now navigating multiple different friendships, maintaining all these friendships, seeing everybody. But it's really nice at the same time. But yeah, we went from having one friend, just us, to now so many that it becomes a lot sometimes.
It is a lot, but it's also like a big blessing because like
you have such a good support system.
Yeah, and I feel like all of our friends are like aligned with fitness too, and that's where like we actually kind of met all of our friends through
especially
fitness.
our like really close friends.
Yeah,
that feel like we've known them for like ever.
Yeah,
we've only like some of our closest friends right now, like some of you may know Lauren, Melly, Micah.
Yeah, we're name dropping on here.
Besties.
Hey, girls.
You know, we've only been friends with them for around like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But it feels like we've known them our whole entire life, to be honest.
And that just goes to show, like, you don't have to know somebody for, like, a long period of time to be just as close as somebody that's been like friends for like 10, 20 plus years or whatever.
It's like that saying people say with relationships where somebody that you've been with for like 5 years. Wait, what is the saying?
Like somebody that like, you feel that you've been with.
Someone that you've been with for 2 months can treat you better and know you better than someone that you've been with for 5 years or longer. And it's a true thing, and the same goes with friendships.
Yeah, no, it's so true. And like I feel like we've been through so many different like situations and friendships and stuff that have kind of like led us to these current friendships, and like
100%.
That's why we like appreciate them so much more. And like our hangouts are literally like going to the gym, taking a new class together, like trying something like active and like working on ourselves, but also helping each other be better.
Exactly.
And it's like, what more could you want from a friendship than that? Like we're all just like in the same circle, we all just love to do the same things, and it's like nobody's like snaky, nobody's judgmental, everybody's helping each other like level up and be better. And it's like that's the ultimate goal for your friend group. And like if you don't have that, like I
pray for you that you find those kind of friends, because it's so important to have people that you can lean on and be there for you, but also celebrate life with and do things that you actually enjoy and want to do and progress yourself in your life and elevate yourself. And it's good to do that with a group.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's unlike no other. And like, I don't know, it just goes to show that having those people in your corner, like developing those friendships and those positive surroundings, like in those good times and like experiencing those moments is like so valuable. Because then when you go through things, you need people, like she said, to like lean on and support you and help lift you up. Then you have people, you're not sitting there scrambling and trying to find people because you don't have anybody in your circle. And like, it's a big blessing, and I'm so glad we have that. And like that's why we also wanted to build this community of like friendships through fitness and through our events and through this podcast and everything. Is you have your set friends or whatever, but maybe sometimes those people don't want to go to the gym, maybe they're not interested in the same things as you, and it's kind of like setting you back in a way. So stepping out of your comfort zone and taking a new class, coming to our event or whatever the case is.
And you might think that, I know a lot of people are scared to go to events by themselves or scared to try a new class by themselves, but we've gone to so many different events, and like a lot of my friends, like my most recent friends, are actually people that I've met through events.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I see them all the time now,
Yeah.
just like one-on-one. And if I hadn't gone to an event, or if I hadn't taken a certain class or whatever it is, and like stepped out of my comfort zone and like talked to somebody, I wouldn't have my besties.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you might think that you're the only one going to a class by yourself, but half of the people in that class or half of the people at that event will be there by themselves looking for the same thing that you are.
Yeah, 100%.
So-
It's like everybody wants to have those friendships, and it's like it is very intimidating going to like a new class or whatever, like without your best friends. It's truly important to like push yourself and step out of your comfort zone to go take that new class and try these different things, because you don't know what can come from it, whether that be a friendship, whether that be you falling in love with something that you never knew you could even do. And it's like I grew up dancing, and I thought that was the only thing, right? And it's like after high school, I stopped dancing. I still take classes here and there, but now I fell in love with like fitness. And if I didn't have, you know, that mindset to try new things and meet new people, then I wouldn't have the people around me that I do. And like I wouldn't be living the life and the habits and everything that I am just by taking that leap of faith. And, you know, if you're just
Completely agree with you on that. And like for me, I was the opposite. I grew up as an art kid and like painting, singing, drama, like acting. Skipped out on PE class in elementary school. I would be the kid that was with my friends, and we'd be like, yeah, can we just help you like during recess? Like
I don't want to do anything
like I don't want to, or can we just like help with like the school like play that's going on, or whatever it was, anything to get out of like gym class.
lazy person.
No, it's not that I was lazy. I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
I just thought I was not coordinated enough to do sports or anything. Like I did a little bit of skating and figure skating growing up, but that didn't last very long.
Nice accent there.
Thank you. Sometimes it comes out. But yeah, no, I was that art kid growing up. High school me or elementary school me looking at grown up me now would never think that this is what my life would be like right now. Literally trying every single physical activity movement there possibly is, going to the gym, going to Pilates, boxing, and like all of my friends being of the same mindset.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
And like if you think you can't do it, or you think your body's not built to move a certain way, it is.
It is.
Honestly, everybody is capable of doing anything. You just have to work towards it step by step. Like your day one is obviously not going to be somebody else's day 100. And I think that's something a lot of people scare themselves with is when you compare yourself by looking at a video and being like, oh my God, I could never do that.
Yeah.
But it's like that person has been training a certain way or doing that sport for years, whereas you're just starting.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like most people are intimidated to even try or to start, and because you don't, you know, want to embarrass yourself or, you know, make a fool of yourself. But
hence why we started our gym journey at 5 a.m.
which is
when
actually
the gym
crazy.
was dead.
Oh my goodness! I think like that was actually a good period like of time though. Like,
We were
to go
locked
early
in.
Locked in.
No, I honestly love early morning workouts. I try my best to go, but it just doesn't really work out with the schedule nowadays. And you have to be realistic sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard, but
Honestly, if you're starting out in the gym, I think if you're somebody that's intimidated and scared, set that routine to go earlier in the morning, because you don't have to go at like 5 a.m. But I think even just an 8 a.m., 9 a.m., the crowd kind of dies down from the rush of people that go before work.
yeah, it's less busy.
Yeah, and it's a lot more
manageable, I would say. And like to add on to that in terms of like friendship and everything, like I truthfully don't think I would have been able to do it or like been as like less anxious going to the gym if I didn't have like Krista, because it's like
100%.
you know, that just goes to show like having people in your life that are there with you to walk life with you, and like it just helps so much. So surrounding yourself with the right people that help motivate you and push you, like you couldn't ask for anything better. And touching on that, it is hard to find a group of people and just friends in general that have the same mindset. And like we went through multiple different friend groups or multiple different situations where we had to experience, and you know, we went through that. We had our fun and just weren't, in the gym as much or whatever the case is. But
it was very much, I don't want to say we regret any of the friendships because everything happens for a reason. And if it wasn't for being friends with certain people, we wouldn't have learned certain things in life, or we wouldn't be where we are today without going through that
100%.
circle.
You have to go through those things to learn that those things may not have been for you. And that
Exactly. And to know what you like or don't like.
Exactly.
It's the same thing, I think, with relationships. For some people, they go through multiple relationships in order to find what they like and what they don't like in a person, and that's okay.
Yeah, or I feel like some people also can learn from like experience and like seeing their friends or people go through and be like, okay, I don't like this in somebody, but I do like this.
Yeah.
Same thing with friendships, relationships, anything. Like you have to, learn what you like
learn
and don't.
and grow, yeah.
Yeah, and like,
Or you learn as you grow.
yeah, and like in our friendships and stuff, like we had to go through all of those situations to eventually figure out like the type of life that we want to live and
The type of people we want to be surrounded by and things that people that we look up to, the kind of values and traits that we have and we hold close to our heart versus things that we're kind of like, that's not really for me.
Yeah, and I feel like very early on, like we figured out that like, the party life and those things like were not meant for us. No. And truthfully, like if you live that kind of life, obviously no hate to you. But
honestly, I think it's a good balance too. Like some people have that, like they have a very healthy locked in lifestyle, but then they go and party here and there.
100%.
Completely good.
Completely fine. But if you're just doing kind of like nothing with your time, not working on yourself, bettering yourself, and just taking all your time to go do those type of things, like truthfully, you're not gonna become the person you want to be. And like it's just, we had to obviously realize that, and we learned quickly that that type of life was not for us
at all.
At all. And it's good that we had the same mindset because we both helped each other, find out what we liked, and we got each other into the gym. Woke up early, we're eating right, we're help motivating with filming, with everything, and now look at us. Like it's like small decisions over a long period of time like equal the type of life that you want to live. And now we're nowhere near perfect, but we've
come a long way,
and we have each other through that. We have the right circle of people around us too.
And it's also nice to be surrounded with friends and people that have similar mindsets as you and are pushing themselves, because it motivates you to do better with yourself when you see somebody close to you doing better and like pushing themselves, reaching the goals that they want to reach, trying something new that they've always talked about. It makes you sit back and be like, I need to lock in. I need to do that. My best friend is doing this. I need to lock in and get my stuff together.
No, 100%.
Versus if you're friends with people who kind of just like sit back, don't really work on themselves, like partying all the time, gaming all the time. I don't know what people do, honestly.
Yeah, whatever
but like,
they
whatever.
do. Like you are the sum of like the people that you surround yourself with. And it's so true, because like we surrounded ourselves with different people and whatever that was like the type of lifestyle. And like we always knew that wasn't
we
for
always
us.
Felt kind of like the third one, not the third one out, but that
like
saying,
the odd one out.
Yeah.
And it is so hard to like get yourself out of those situations, especially because it's, you're having fun, you're just living life, and people are like,
and it's also that sense of like comfort, like you're friends with certain people for so long. It's like, well, if I leave this group of friends, who like,
then what's left?
Have? Like, what do I have?
But there is always something on the other end, and you need to remember that like certain people, you can also still be friends with those people, not saying completely cut those people off, but
just have a distance.
And like there's certain friends for different things, and I'm starting to learn that like that's okay. And it's like certain people don't have to be going to the gym with you at 6 a.m. in the morning. You can have certain people that are for the gym that are helping better yourself, and like we have that close group of people around us that are like our main like friends, and then it's like,
and they're kind of like our friends for everything, like our gym friends, the friends that we go to cry with,
everything,
like rant to,
which
everything.
Is amazing.
And then we also have our friends who are like, okay, I mainly see you when we're working out, or like a quick little catch up type of vibe. Or if there's a time where we want to go out to like a summertime party or something like that, we have our friends that would go out to that type of thing.
And I think like knowing where certain people are and like putting them in certain places, like not to sound like bad or anything,
but it's like you're prioritizing what's important to you in
Yeah.
a way. It's not that those friendships aren't of value to you.
Yeah.
It's just certain friendships are going to get you to where you want to get to in life versus others.
100%. And I think like learning to say like no to certain things too is like a big thing, because
Like
I'm like,
setting boundaries.
setting boundaries. And it's like, speaking of like, you know, specific friends that maybe want to like go out all the time or spend money frivolously, and that's the word, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Change the word.
I'm gonna change the word. I've heard that word before. I've heard that word. Anyways, like having certain friends that are always trying to get you to go out all the time or spend money and, you know, do all those things that may sound fun and enticing, but also knowing within yourself you're going a different path and reminding yourself that that's okay, that you're on a different journey. Everybody's journey is their own, and you can say no to those things for the benefit of yourself. And like, whether that be money, like anything like that. Like, I feel like now I'm just starting to kind of learn that. And it's like, for money, even in that sense, like I want to spend money if I'm going out for dinner or whatever the case is with like my main group of friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, or invest it into the business. So I'm not trying to spend money on like random dinners
things,
or going out to party. And it's
like every single week. Like, no.
yeah. And it's okay to say no to those people.
Yeah.
And like, if they get mad at you or if they get upset, then
that's that. Because it's also like, we're doing so much. You have to also say no just because you're tired and exhausted and you need a day to yourself.
You need to just like relax.
And that's definitely something I've learned from the year that passed. I was so burnt out with trying to like see everybody do everything. And I was like, you know what? I need to take a step back. I need to just say no if I can't make it to something. And I was a people pleaser. Now I've learned to set those boundaries and to say no and to prioritize myself. And I think that's very important, because it's like, if you keep saying yes to everybody because you're putting their needs before yours, you're just going to burn out in the end. And
I couldn't have said that better. Like, at the end of the day, you have to be selfish in a sense when it comes to yourself and like your life. And
like, you can still be there for everybody and care for other people. But does it have to come to the expense of yourself?
100%. Like, you don't want to burn yourself out. You don't want to overdo it. And you need to set kind of like a list of like your priorities in life, and everything that doesn't fall into that category, then those are secondary things. And that comes with people too. Like, I, you know, like my cousin, I see like every now and then, but like, I know at the end of the day, there's obviously always going to be love there, and we're both so busy, but it's like, if I genuinely need her, she genuinely needs me, then I know she's there. And like, we don't have to talk every day. We don't have to, you know, see each other all the time. And that's like a low maintenance kind of like friendship like or whatever.
I think it's important to kind of know who your high maintenance friends are, or not even high maintenance, but just like those friendships that you do see all the time or you talk to all the time versus the friends that you're still equally as close to, but they're more of a low maintenance friendship that you have. So you guys don't see each other as much, but like when you do see each other, like you and your cousin, you and Sav.
Sav or Kira.
It's like, you're completely okay and everything is good. But it's still important to make sure that you prioritize the people that, you know, are kind of your main friends that you always see or always talk to or whatever the case is, because you don't want to like dent those friendships. But it's also important to vocalize kind of like how you feel in terms of like, you know, maybe there's a week that you're super busy or a month that you're super busy, and we just need to vocalize that.
And that kind of touches on like communication and like within your friendships too, because we recently had a conversation about that, and I feel like a lot of friendships and people kind of, you know, have questions about navigating friendships or communication, because it is truly hard to talk about how you're feeling or things that are going on, especially if like maybe personalities are different, but we're pretty similar in terms of our personalities. Like,
which makes it so hard sometimes when we feel a certain, like, let's say we fight all the time, but it's more of like a cat fight. Like, if people see us in public, they think we hate each other because we fight like siblings. Like,
we're mean.
Like, we're just mean, but it's whatever. But we've never actually been like, oh, I'm so mad at you. Don't ever talk to me again because you did this. But there has been times where maybe one person or the other person just whatever you did or whatever the case is, you
Like
kind of felt a
bothering.
little like off about it, or you were bothered, but we don't want to say anything because that we're so close. We don't want to like dent, or we were scared to dent our friendship or like make the other person feel like hurt.
Yeah.
But like it's important to voice how you feel in your friendships, no matter what it is, and it'll actually bring you closer together.
Yeah.
And it's, for us, it's so hard because we're both the same personality. So we both are not good with communicating our feelings.
Yeah.
We kind of suck at that. And then we're also both very petty.
Very petty.
So it just goes back and forth of like, you did this, so I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, and it's so like that's not the way to navigate things,
No.
obviously, but we could navigate things a lot worse, truthfully.
Yeah.
But we don't.
I think it comes to a point where like, all right, like one of us will be like, okay, what's
like,
up?
Here it is.
Like, here
we're
it
gonna lay it
is.
out here, and you definitely need to lay it out and communicate with how you're feeling. Otherwise, it's just gonna prolong things.
Exactly. And it's always better to do it sooner than later. And because the more you hold on to something, the more it kind of builds up in you. And so it's important, like right away, if you feel like something's off or you're feeling a certain way of whatever the case may be, it's important to just like talk about it right away rather than like waiting it out.
And that's something we're struggling with. Well, like I know we like sit with our feelings for a while and let
and
it
this
kind of
goes
marinate.
for like
anything.
friendships, relationships, everything. We suck at communicating. Like if I was to have one red flag about me,
just one.
if I was to have one red flag about me, it would be, no, I wouldn't even say that because like I'm a good communicator. I just take time to communicate.
And that's okay. Like it's a learning process for that, but at least we don't go like a long period of time without saying it. It'll come up eventually.
There will be signs.
There will be signs.
There will be signs
You will
when
know.
something is wrong. Just words won't be spoken.
Words won't be spoken until the time is right.
Exactly.
It's truly
but
hard.
signs will be there.
Signs will be there. We'll be petty and we'll be like, what is happening? Like even just, we can tell by the way that like the
a text
period,
is sent, like an emoji, anything. And it was so funny because you guys, so obviously like not obviously as if you guys know everything. Anyways,
they do now.
But like recently, as Sierra mentioned, we had a little conversation because things felt a little off, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because I was drafting a text to send C, and I asked one of our friends, and I was like, "Is this okay? Like, I'm not being like harsh or like whatever." She's like, "Yeah, no, it's completely fine."
Yeah.
I send it, and I knew that Sierra's gonna know that something is off based on how I texted because my emoji was off. It's not the usual emoji that we text with.
If she uses a pink heart instead of a red heart, she's gotten mad at me for using that. She's like, "What's wrong? You're not using a red heart."
Because it's true.
Like, okay.
It's true. But no, yeah, because there's certain things, whether it's an emoji, whether it's like the style of the capitals and lower cases, the periods, the
just
exclamation marks. Our biggest tell, though, this is like when we're trying to be obvious. We'll be like, okay, exclamation mark.
Yeah, it's the exclamation mark that does it because it's like, why are you talking with the exclamation mark?
Like, okay, like, say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
No,
it is difficult and like
but it's a learning process, and we had a really good conversation recently, and so now we know we're communicating whenever life gets tough.
Yeah, it's challenging though, especially like if you're not used to like kind of talking about your feelings and stuff, and it's hard to communicate that because regardless if it's a friendship, family, relationship, like when you're talking about your feelings or how somebody made you feel, you open yourself up to become vulnerable. And it's very scary. Like you're susceptible to becoming hurt, and that's the scariest thing because it's like, I know nothing would ever happen if like we vocalize something together, but if you're scared to say something and then you don't know how the other person's going to react and just,
That's why I've always been, I hate confrontation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you do.
I hate confrontation. Yeah. So I'll always text paragraphs instead of talking in person.
Yeah.
But all of my friends, anything would always be like, why are you texting me this? We're talking in person.
Yeah.
Like, come talk to me or call on the phone. And I'm like, well, I won't have time to think
Yeah.
about what you said and draft what I want to reply
I need to process,
with.
analyze. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because when I'm talking in person with someone and you're confronting me with something, and my brain is not going at the rate that it should
doesn't
be
work.
to like process, like, okay, I need to get this points out to you. I'm going to say one thing and then I'm going to go home and be like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I should have literally said all of this.
Yeah, it's hard to do that kind of in the moment. And I understand, like, I'm kind of the same way where it's easier to text,
Yeah.
like, about the stuff because you can process and analyze. And for certain situations, that's good because your emotions, you kind of pull that out and remove your
Exactly.
emotions. So you're not just going into the conversation, like, heated, just going to say stuff randomly. And that's also something that I respect about, like, our friendship is, like, we have never yelled at each other, like,
No.
on purpose. Like, we yell, like playfully,
But like,
whatever.
yeah.
But like we never
We've
raised our
never
voice.
had like an actual like fight.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
haven't even had a fight.
No, like there's been like bickerments obviously
Yeah.
with anything, but you know, we never raise our voice. We never call each other names. We never do
No.
any of that. And it's like, yes, stuff happens with whatever friendship, relationship, whatever the case is, but I think never, you know, kind of going out of character is a
Yeah.
big thing.
And letting your emotions take
Dictate.
over and
Yeah.
dictate what you say about somebody or like
Yeah.
how you vocalize yourself.
Yeah.
It's important to stay calm and like composed.
Yeah, and that's why I think it takes us like a while to also express how we feel because immediately we just start crying.
Emotional.
Just tears are
Yeah.
just like we literally sit there like
I'll say one
like-
word. Tears.
Tears.
Done. Conversation done. My dad tells me all the time. Every single time I'm like frustrated and I'm like trying to voice something,
Yeah.
I start crying and he's like, Krista, how are you gonna get around in life if you just cry at everything?
Just
I'm like,
go
I
around-
don't know. As you're crying,
I'm just
I'm
gonna
call you. Like, I don't know.
as the tears are running down her
Yeah.
face. Yeah, it's really challenging honestly because it's
Yeah.
like you don't want to be crying
Cry
about
all the time.
things.
Yeah.
But it's hard to navigate your feelings and like when you're in that emotional mindset to get yourself out of that and get to like a more logical state of mind. It's hard to like
Yeah.
talk about things. So you don't want to say things just to say things. So I do think it is important to kind of sit with your feelings and your emotions or whatever is on your mind before expressing it to somebody.
100%.
And just learning to do that has become really important like in our friendship and like whatever.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it's hard to navigate those, especially if like your friends or whatever don't kind of think the same way and maybe they'll just blow up on you or they'll just like start cussing you out or they just I don't even know what the
Yeah.
case is, but
It's important to navigate that and like different
Yeah.
people are gonna have different personalities. Some might clash, some might be the same.
Yeah.
So it's important to kind
Yeah.
of see. It's the same with relationships. You know, one partner would have a certain style of communicating,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the other partner will have a different way of communicating, and it's
Yeah.
important to know how the other person receives information
Mm-hmm.
and voice it to them in that way so that they're able to understand.
yeah, that's a big one. It's hard to learn somebody else's communication style
Yeah.
if you're not accustomed to that.
Exactly.
Like if somebody is trying to like wants to immediately talk about things and that's how they process like a situation emotion, they're very like level-headed.
Yeah.
Being emotional as like we are, the words will not form, the right
No.
stuff will not come out, it will
You'll
not
just
be productive.
we just start crying.
Yeah.
Literally start crying and being like, no, I don't want to talk to you right
Yeah.
now. Like, give me space.
Yeah, and then like I feel like the worst version of yourself comes out.
Yeah.
But then it's hard for that other person maybe to sit with that and be like, okay, like
I'm just
are you
trying to
mad?
solve this. Like, what's
yeah.
wrong?
And I feel
Yeah.
like we both kind of experienced that.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to navigate, but we're learning
We're
as everybody
learning.
else
Yeah.
is. So
It's important to, like I said, know the other person's communication style. It's
Yeah.
the same way in relationships when people talk about love languages. Like everybody has a different love language, so
That's
it's
true.
important to know what your person's love language is and how to care for them in that way because
Yeah.
your way of receiving love may not be the same as
Yeah.
their way. And that same application goes with friendships as well.
100%. And even with us trying to navigate that, we're pretty similar in the way we kind of
Go about
express.
things, yeah.
Well, we are similar. Like we like doing like acts of service. Like
Yeah.
she's really good at gifts and like thoughtful stuff.
And
I
so
feel like
is she.
yeah, like I feel like we're both that kind of
Yeah.
way. But I think like our not communication, our love language, like she loves like affection and
Yeah.
like being like touched and like
I'm like a
hugged.
puppy. We always say this. Like I'm like
Yeah.
a puppy. She's like a cat. Like
Black
we're like
cat.
she's like, yeah. I'm like
What's
a
the-
golden retriever,
Yeah.
and she's like the black cat.
It's a perfect duo, honestly.
Yeah,
I would say so.
Literally, because
Yeah.
it's like I love affection. I love all the hugs, all the just like being close up together. And she's like, stay away from me.
Get away from me, like don't touch me. But
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to learn that, you know, it is nice to be loved and whatever. So it's different. It's also kind of the way that you're brought up
Yeah.
as well. And I think that plays a factor into how your communication style, your love language and everything is. And
100%.
I feel like people like me that say they don't like affection and they don't like those things, deep down you're like,
You do.
like, I like
it's
it.
just you need to be in the right moment,
Yeah.
right presence to yeah.
And I think it's like the right people bring that softness and that soft side out of you.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's okay to let your walls down, whether that be
Yeah.
friendship, relationship, anything. And
Yeah.
it takes time, but yeah, you just have to build up that repetition and just keep trying.
Let's keep
Keep
going.
trying. Let's keep going. What's that
Is that
song?
the Little Kids song?
No, it's Dory. It's the swimming. Let's keep
Just
keep
swimming.
Why
Just
can't we
keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Just keep
Okay.
swimming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I think like we want to kind of talk about how it is navigating our friendship, but also, you know, being business partners.
Yeah.
Which is like it would be challenging for most people because when you mix with
Work
money,
and-
work, friendship, family, anything like that, it's really hard to kind of separate those two things
100%.
in every aspect, whether that be finances, you know, like just navigating things, workload, all those things. But I
Yeah.
feel like we're pretty good
Yeah.
at kind of separating those two.
Yeah, like we
And-
kind of, I don't want to say split roles, like we
Yeah.
have the same roles, but like we both take on a good
Different
amount of
things.
like whatever the workload is. And
Yeah.
like maybe one time one of us is doing more than the other, but then the next time the other person will kind of pick up on
Yeah.
that. So it's
Yeah.
very like even.
Yeah, it's
I would
even.
say.
Like we pick up each
Yeah.
other's slack and, you know, we don't, if somebody does something more one time, we're
Yeah.
not like, oh my gosh, like you did this. Like I think on the next thing, like I deserve like more money, like
Exactly,
whatever.
yeah.
And that's never been how our friendship is. Like,
No. Something I think a lot of people worry about when starting a business with like a best friend,
Yeah.
it's like they're so driven by money, which we are driven
Yeah.
by money, of course.
Yeah, we need
but
money.
We need money.
Money,
Just give me
shmoney.
my money.
give me my money. Give me my money.
But yeah, I feel like people, like for us, yes, we're driven by money, but our main goal is to help people, inspire people,
Yeah.
motivate people, make it like a welcoming space,
Yeah.
which is why I think our like business that we're creating works so well. And
Yeah.
like, it's not just, okay, we're doing this to make so much money, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. If I'm doing this much one time and you have done half of that, the next paycheck, I'm actually gonna get 70% of that.
I would be like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
First of all, that would cause an argument
That would-
because
yeah.
I feel like the only thing that would actually cause an argument would be like finance and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
I think honestly with us, the only thing could be finance or
Yeah.
like if we were to
like you actually
like
did something.
yeah.
like literally nothing, and that is a big issue with a lot of people and like friendships and stuff too. Like
Yeah.
they have that mentality and
Yeah, because people, like we said in episode 1, if
Yeah.
you clocked in with us,
Yeah.
we had mentioned the kind of friendships where people are like, okay, I bought you this $1 coffee this time.
Mm-hmm.
Can you transfer me that $1?
I'll be like $1. Like what? What? Are you
Sweetheart,
crazy?
no, I'm just going to buy you coffee the next time. It's kind of how
Yeah.
our friendship works. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you did this one time, I do it the next time.
Yeah.
You know, it's never this like, oh, I bought you this, I expect that money right now.
I'll be like, are you
Like,
okay?
You know,
Are
and
you
it's okay if you have that mentality.
Yeah.
Change it.
Change it to
Change it.
It's not okay.
It's not okay. Change it.
But yeah, I think that just goes to show like the level of our friendship too, and having that importance of solidifying with whoever you're going into business with or whatever the case is before you get into it, because
Yeah.
it is very challenging. Like
It
you're
is.
putting your time, your energy, your money, everything. You're mixing that while also trying to maintain your friendship.
And that's like a talk that we had recently too.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was literally making sure that we're
Yeah.
not just seeing each other
For
when it
business.
comes to the business,
Yeah.
because that's kind of what it was feeling like for us, like
Yeah.
for the last little bit, which is why we had a little talk, because it was like, well, I miss our bestie time, you know?
Yeah.
Everything is focused on, you know, when you start a new business, obviously the first few months, the first year,
It's
the
a
first
lot of
5
work.
years, whatever, it's a lot of work. It's a lot
Yeah.
of meeting up, dealing with different people in the industry, whatever it may be. So we
Yeah.
kind of lost time and track of like our friendship and building that.
Yeah.
Which is something that we talked about and
Yeah.
had that conversation on to
Yeah.
be, you know, separate the two and make sure, yes, we have to meet once a week to do admin stuff, business stuff, whatever the case may be. But we also need to separate time during the month,
Yeah.
whether it's going just for a gym date, a coffee date, non-business related.
Yeah, and that's something that we needed to talk about
Yeah.
because I feel like we kind of just got lost in the sauce or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. I don't know why I said lost in the sauce, but
yeah.
lost in that because you get so busy with everything, and obviously we're trying to manage a business while
Doing our own
everything.
stuff
Like
as
she's
well.
in school,
Yeah.
working, like everything is just it's so much, and I feel like it's very easy to get swept up in that. So
100%.
to have that reminder to be like, oh, like I guess like it actually was like that, and like I
Yeah.
don't want it to be like that. So
No.
that's why the conversation had to be had. And now
Had
we're
to
really
have
trying
had
to
happen.
What-
Had to
how
have
to-
happened.
that conversation had to have happened.
Yeah,
Isn't
there
that
we
what I
go.
said?
No, you said something else.
Bro, leave me alone.
Anyways.
We're the same person, guys, if you
Yes.
didn't know. But it had to happen to get us kind of back on track. And I feel like now we're more so understanding that we need to prioritize that. We went through that little hurdle.
Yeah.
Now we're better than ever, honestly. And
Yeah.
like you have to go through certain things and have the conversations, those tough talks and
Yeah.
honest conversations to get to the
And
other
just
end.
be open with each other.
Yeah, and it was truly needed because now, you know, we do have to meet to film the podcast, to talk about our events that you see we put on, like all
Yeah.
of those admin things, everything. But we also don't want to neglect our friendship.
Exactly.
And literally, like the past weekend, she came over to my house. We had like a babysitting night with my nephews and just like didn't really talk about anything business.
I don't think we talked
We didn't.
about it at
We
all.
listened to our last podcast just
but
in
that
the
doesn't
background.
count. That was just like our entertainment.
That was entertainment. But
Yeah.
like I missed those times
Yeah.
and it was a nice kind of reset.
Reset, yeah.
Even like times before that, like we're getting back into like the proper
Yeah.
flow, and like even
And I
if we
think-
do
Sorry,
Yep.
continue.
I just say like even if we do have like our business meetings or our filming days, like we want to get to the point where like maybe we have like a gym session before that we like
Yeah.
don't talk about
Yeah.
business and just have fun, like our normal vibes, and then obviously work still needs to get done. But having that balance is super important. And that's also with like relationships too.
100%.
You can't always be work, 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 go, 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 and neglect like the actual relationship side of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You have to nourish both aspects. Like, yes, you're trying to get to a certain place like in life. Yes, you're working hard. But you also can't forget that your friendship or relationship needs, you know, your time and your energy and effort
You
to
need to
blossom.
water the plants in order
Yeah.
for it to grow.
Yeah, and it is super
And it's
important.
always growing.
It's
like
always
even in
growing.
relationships, I think some people get very comfortable when you're in a relationship for a long time and
Yeah.
they stop the dates, they stop the
Yeah.
little surprises, the little acts of services, and they just
Yeah.
get comfortable like, okay, yeah, like you're my person.
Yeah, like you don't need
Like,
this anymore.
You don't need this. But
Yeah.
especially I think it's more so on a girl's end because
Yeah.
guys, I don't know, they're just weird.
Men are different.
They're just built
yeah,
different. But
they're
for a girl, it's important to get those flowers here and there, get
Yeah.
a surprise coffee here and there, plan
Yeah.
those surprise dates, you know? And like,
Yeah.
yes, like stereotypically, sure, it is the guy that plans all of it.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, it's true.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the girl can plan dates, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying don't because I think it's important to like
Have that balance.
have that balance and like show your man like or your person that you
Yeah.
know you care for them as well in
Yeah.
that way, whether they view it as how a girl views it or not,
Yeah.
whatever. But you know, girls can plan dates as well. But I think it is important that the man in a relationship does still do those surprise
Yeah.
dates, surprise little things here and there, because like you need that, and that shouldn't be something that just stops after you know a few years of dating. I think it should, until we're old and in the grave,
Yeah.
that should be there.
Yeah, it should be a priority, and like, yeah, all the time it shouldn't be the man planning everything. Like I
Yeah.
do agree, like it's not just the stereotypical like the man needs to plan everything,
Yeah.
they need to do everything for me, they need to pay for everything for me, and like that toxic mindset
Yeah.
it's just not it. And
No.
like, yes, I do believe that the man should be
Like
the
they
provider.
they should be the provider and lead
Yes.
the relationship. But here and there, it's also fine for the girl to
Yeah.
throw a little something. Like, I got you,
Yeah.
boo.
Be like, I got you. Like, let me get dinner this one time.
Yeah.
Let me pay for the movie ticket. Like, something. And, like, even if they don't express it, like, it does
They
make them
it does make a
happy.
difference, exactly. And like the
Yeah.
same goes for friendships. Like you
Yeah.
need to be able to flourish your friendship, whether that's
100%.
going on bestie dates together, trying
Yeah.
something new together, but especially when you get into a business with somebody that's your best friend.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing is
Yeah.
making sure that you separate your personal with business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is tough. We're learning like
Yeah.
as we go on, and this is still very new to us. And
I think
it's a
especially like
lot.
with this past January, there's been so many things with Sculpt that have
Yeah.
been like very exciting for the new year that
Yeah.
we're, whether it's for like our event or the podcast, like a lot of new opportunities and things coming up. So we kind of, as you said, got lost in the sauce of things,
Lost in the sauce.
and we were just very go, go, go with the business that every time we met up, it was just
about that.
because
Yeah.
there was no time
Yeah.
otherwise.
There's literally only like a certain amount of time in your day and like weeks and stuff, and it's hard to separate everything and navigate
Yeah.
everything like that we're all doing, and it's
Yeah.
really hard. But that just shows the importance of navigating and having those conversations that you need to, and it's truly important. But honestly, I would not want to be in business with anybody else, and even though it's a challenge, I know that one day this business is gonna flourish.
It already is starting to
It
flourish.
is.
Like anything, when you start something new,
It's
it takes a
challenging.
while. It takes a while to get it from point A to point B.
It does.
So, but
Yeah.
we're doing the thing.
We're doing the thing, and this is your sign. Like, if you've been wanting to start something like new this year, like
Yeah,
do it.
Whether that's by yourself, whether
Yeah.
that's with a friend,
Yeah.
whether it's with a partner, go for it.
Go for it. You
Yeah.
literally never know like what can happen. Like, what's the worst case scenario? You fail.
Okay, try again.
Okay, try again. But at least you learn something from that.
Exactly.
Like, pick
Every
yourself up.
time you fail,
Yeah.
you learn something from that.
Yeah, and you can use it to the next experience that you go into. And like, very well, this business could fail, and
Yeah.
it won't though.
It won't.
because we
It's
put
already
in-
flourishing.
It's flourishing, and we're putting in so much of our time and effort into this. But
Yeah.
in the event that it does, like, we're learning
Yeah.
so much. Like, we're learning how to run a business, put on events, and like
talk to vendors, talk
Yeah.
to other companies in the
Yeah.
industry,
You, like-
seeing how different people approach things,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and like even seeing just like different people that we've never met before
Yeah.
come to our events and like be like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like I've been following you guys or I've been
Yeah.
wanting to come to
Like
your
that's
event. I'm like,
crazy.
what? Like little like what? Like it's actually
Yeah.
crazy. And like if you're seeing this and you've been wanting to come to our event, like please do. We want
Please.
to meet you.
And
we
like we're
want.
very nice. Like I
Trust
feel
me.
like we might look like we're intimidating sometimes,
Yeah.
but we are.
We're
We
not.
just laugh.
We just laugh.
We literally laugh
Yeah.
all the time over nothing.
Yeah.
But we're very very nice, and
Yeah.
all the girls. And even the guys, when we've had like co-ed
Yeah.
events as well, everybody is so welcoming
Yeah.
and nice. And honestly, the fitness community in itself is a space that generally is very welcoming when you go to these events, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
our event, whether it's a different event. Everybody is typically very
Welcoming.
very
Open,
open
yeah.
and welcoming to anyone that's there. But
Yeah.
especially our events, everybody is welcoming.
Yeah, everybody.
We have a great community that we're so thankful for,
Yeah.
and we can't wait to continue to see it grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we really just hope you guys like enjoy this podcast as well. And
Yeah.
it's
kind of our way to just
talk.
yap,
Yap away.
yap away,
Yeah.
and just for you guys to get to know us better, like we
Yeah.
had mentioned earlier, and yeah,
Yeah. And like this year we just want to do so many different things like in our events, like different themes, different spaces, different
Yeah.
activities, like really getting people like bonding and you know, even
and trying different things.
Yeah.
We can't tell you what, but things
Can't
are
tell
in the
you what.
works.
Things are in the works, but we're
Yeah.
cooking up some stuff behind the scenes. So this year's gonna
Yeah.
be exciting, and I
Yeah.
literally cannot wait. And
Yeah.
just I guess to kind of close it off, like literally, if you are struggling to find like friends or different friendships, like it's okay to step out of your comfort zone, to go try that class, take the event, do whatever you
Yeah.
need to do, and like put yourself in those situations around people that you want to become like. You know,
Exactly.
they'll help push you there and get you there. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what we've done for each other. So
Exactly.
yeah. So
But-
I guess.
And that's that.
And that's that.
That concludes our episode for today, everybody. We will see you guys in episode 3.
That's crazy. I can't believe it. It's actually so fun, like to just talk. And
And you can't. I don't notice the time go
I
by
don't
like
even know
that.
the like
I
it's-
literally was like, I don't know if it's been 20 minutes,
It's been
but
like
I think
an
it's
hour.
an hour or a
It's
little
been
bit
an
more.
hour.
Yeah,
I guess we can yap. So I hope you guys like hearing us yap. This is your cardio pastime.
exactly. Cardio pastime, long drives,
Yeah,
anything.
anything and everything.
To our
So-
podcast viewers, you guys are doing the thing.
Yeah.
I think podcasts are so you're
Yeah.
working out. If you're listening to this while being on the Stairmaster, the treadmill,
Yeah.
any sort of cardio machine, you're not only getting your workout in, but
Yeah.
you're getting your workout for your brain in as well.
Ooh, that's the
Tea.
bar. That's tea. She said you're not training your body, you're training your mind.
Exactly.
Too. That's tea. That's tea. That's
But anyways, you guys, we hope you enjoyed this week's podcast
Yeah.
and learned something from it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll see you on the next episode.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.